Lesson 2.2, Example 1, multiplying decimals. So you should have seen the previous slide which had the visual representation of this problem. How much did Yana spend on 3 half-gallons of ice cream if each half-gallon costs $3.50? And you would have seen the visual that had the 3 blocks and then the partial block showing 3 and 55 hundredths. Remember that multiplication is just repeated addition. So when you see those 3, you could just add them up and have, okay, 3, 6, 9, and then 55 hundredths 3 times and add those together as well. However, again, multiplication is generally faster. So let's walk through the standard algorithm for multiplying decimals. This problem goes as follows. It is, our keywords here are 3 and 55 thousandths. So it's going to be 3 times 3 times, I'm going to write it a little bit backwards here because I'm trying to line things up here. 3 and 55 hundredths times 3. And you'll notice again that I put the 3 on the bottom. Again, that's because I like to put the shorter number on the bottom. Sometimes when I'm doing it, it's the lesser number, but that's if I have the two, if my two numbers have the same amount of digits, I put the lesser number on the bottom. If that one has more digits than the other, then I put the longer number on top and the shorter number on the bottom. And I will explain why in the next example. So, very simple how to do this. The very first thing I'm going to do is completely ignore the existence of that decimal. That decimal no longer exists in my mind and will not until the end. I'm not going to forget about that decimal, but for right now I don't need to worry about it. So, simple math. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 3, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Now, Yana did not spend $1,065 on 3 half-gallons of ice cream. No, that would be, well, it would have something very expensive in it, like saffron or fancy truffles or something. But this needs to have a decimal in it. Where is that decimal going to go? Well, I'm going to count the number of decimal places. There's 1 here and 1 here. There are no decimal places after the 3, so we've just got 2 decimal places in our factors, which means I'm going to have 2 decimal places in our product. So we're going to start from the right and go 1, 2, and I'm going to put it right there. So, how much did she spend on her 3 half-gallons of ice cream? $10.65. Ignore the decimal, and then at the end, add it in with the same number of decimal places past the decimal. I call them decimal places. Places past the decimal. Add them in afterwards.